I'm not gonna say what kind of car I got because you know I'm just know I got a soccer dad car. What is good, JTK family? I'm happy to be back with another video, and I just want to say I apologize for not posting last week. I had a lot of stuff going on, but the good thing is that I'm here today. So let's just get right into this video. Yeah. So have you ever been in a situation where you're just like, you know, I don't know what to do, or you're just like, oh, how couldn't it get any worse? Or it's more like like you just really don't know what to do, and you just really like you're confused at the situation, and you're just really confused, like you don't know, you're like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, kind of thing. You know, have you ever been in that kind of situation where you just like really have to like sit there and think, or maybe you have to act upon this certain situation causing you to do something bad, or maybe you thought about the situation and you're like, okay, you know, well, I'm thinking about this, and you know, I'm not gonna do it because I know this is gonna make it worse. Today, I'll be telling you what to do and what to do and what to not to do when you're in a situation where everything just goes completely wrong. Today will be a kind of different. Usually, I have the, you know, the little notes at the bottom saying like what the certain topic is, but I'm not gonna do this time just because like basically you will see. So there are certain things that you have to remember when things just go completely wrong, and you just have to be able to recognize and see those things. Like within that moment, you have to remember this, or maybe even after that bad moment happens, you have to remember these things. The first one is everything is temporary. Really everything, like, you don't really take everything to heart. Like things that people say, things that people do, things that happen, you know, material things are temporary. It's not a forever thing. Keep that in mind when somebody hits your car, or when you you know, drop the last Cheeto out of the bag. You know, I don't know. You have to keep that in mind, that things are temporary. Nothing lasts forever, and you have to keep that in mind. Another thing to remember is that you can choose your reaction. You can really choose how you want to go about the situation. You can make things worse, or you can make things for the better. Normally what I do is I try to think through what I say and what I do, or what I post. Or what I post on Facebook or anything like that. Honestly, I will also say don't post your situations online, because it can affect your opinion. Yeah, it can really affect your opinion. So I would just say, you can choose your reaction. So remember that next time somebody hits your car, and you know, you get out, and you can either choose to fight them, or you can choose to be like, okay, I'm gonna show you grace, and you can just really go about the good way, get everything done the legal way, instead of just being illegal and fighting everybody. Another thing to remember is that the bad times do not define you. You cannot let those bad times, so, you know, when your boyfriend broke up with you because you know, he doesn't feel like you guys are a good fit or anything like that. You cannot let those bad times like that define who you are, because that's just gonna bring you right back down to a place where you do not want to be. Another example, let's say you're a friend of yours. He just cut you off and you don't know why. The best thing to do is do not degrade yourself because of somebody else's feelings about you. Don't do that. You should not have to change for anyone, and you should not let anybody else's opinion define who you are. You should just completely be like, okay, you want to be my friend? Okay, it's okay to see, like, to ask, but if they do not respond, or if they do not give you a good example, like, not example, but if they don't give you a good explanation why they defriended you, then it's obvious that they didn't need to be in your life in no way. So do not let them define don't let those wrong situations define who you are. Another thing to remember is that anger, sadness, and denial it will not change the situation. It will just make the situation worse. Honestly, I know this might be hard for some people to do because I know a lot of people have anger issues. Me, I have silent anger issues, but I have a lot of sadness, and I don't really have a lot of denial. But I would say, like, it still, no matter what, it doesn't change the situation. The situation happened, like, earlier. So honestly, I think by the situation happening, it made me to make this video. But here's a good example for me. So I knew that my like I have I'm not gonna say what kind of car I got because you know I got a soccer dad car, and so today, for a while I knew that my transmission was messed up, and I was a little upset, to be honest, because I was like, it's today is Father's Day, and I raised two of my brothers. So I'm like, you know what? I was gonna go to Starbucks to go get a coffee and sit and plan this video. I was gonna plan this video. So what ended up happening was my transmission started messing up, and once that started happening, I'm like, okay, look, thank God I wasn't on a busy street and the car decided just to stop in the middle of the street. So I just want to stop for a second and thank the Lord for that, because it could have been a lot worse than it was. But back to the story. So I basically was stuck on the side of a street. Not only do I have to pay for towing and all that, but I didn't have a car, so it's like, luckily I have people in my corner who I can run to when I have certain situations like that. But in that situation, I could have chose to be angry at the situation, or I could have used that lesson, or not lesson, but I could use that situation. And I could have, I really just was like, okay, things happen for a reason. Life is life. Life goes on, So I would really encourage you to really think about those situations like that. And just know that anger, sadness, and just know denial will not change the situation. Because if I would have chose to do that, the outcome of today would have been different. So yeah, here are some things that you don't do. The first one is, don't panic or get ahead of yourself. That's something that I do a lot in certain situations. That's what I do. I don't like it. It's not good. It's not healthy. So I would really I would really say don't really get ahead of yourself, because it just go opposite ways, and it's just not good. And at the end of the day, it's not good at all. So I would just say don't get ahead of yourself. It's a mistake. Not even if it's not a mistake, life goes on. Life happens, and that's the point of this whole video. It's just that life is gonna happen whether you want it to go or not. The second thing that you do not do is that you don't self-construct or numb yourself. Do not go out there smoking and drinking. That's not going to change the situation. It's just going to make you look stupid. I'm sorry to be very direct with it, but that's the truth. Don't go out there fooling yourself. Yes, it's upsetting. This happened. What can you do to make that situation better? Don't go out and drink, and don't go out and do drugs. Kids just don't do drugs, and adults, you too. This goes for you as well. Do not do drugs. I promise you, if you have that situation, just don't do drugs. Do not numb yourself. Do not try to hurt yourself. Do not do none of that, because it's not going to make the situation better. It's just going to make it even more worse than it was. Another thing to not do is do not neglect your needs. Do not be angry at yourself because Becky tried to mess over Derek, or I don't know. Just don't let that be the reason why you don't eat. Don't let that be the reason why you don't sleep. Don't let that be the reason why you don't go to work. Go get your bag. Go get your check. Don't let that be the reason why you don't go to church, because the only person, in my personal opinion, Jesus is the only person who can really save me. So, like, don't let those, don't neglect, if you know that it's something that you need and you feel like it's gonna make you better, don't neglect it, okay? All right. Another thing to do is, do not try to control what's out of your control. Do not try to, like, if something's not going your way, it's just not gonna happen. Do not try to go out of your way to fix something that's not meant for you to be fixed. Okay? Did I say that right? Don't go out there and try to fix something that's not meant for you to fix. Does that make sense? Okay. Don't go out there. It's not your job. It's like I said, life goes on. Life's gonna happen. Just let that happen. Let nature take its course. And it's gonna be hard, but you can't control. It's nothing that you can control. Let me see if I can find a good example. A good example for this would is I'm gonna just use something simple. Okay, a family goes to the beach. Well, a family is supposed to go to the beach. The father gets off work, right? Well, the father is at work, and the family is all ready. The job says it's mandatory for him to stay. And now, it's mandatory for him to stay a little bit over. So now it's cutting in a little time of your beach time. So now you're upset. That's out of your control. Obviously, if the parent or if the father could really be there on time, he would. But he still got to feed. He got to still put food on your table. He still got to do stuff that he needs to do for the household. So don't be upset about that. That's not your control. Instead of trying to control it, understand it, okay? Another thing is, don't worry about who you are impressing. That in itself should just tell you, like, it does something to the self-esteem. Don't worry about what anybody else has to say about your situation. All that matters is that you resolve the situation. Get it together and don't care about what people got to say, because sometimes people can be ignorant, and that's just the human way. So that's just plain and simple. The last thing to not do is do not isolate yourself. I say this so many times because it's so important to not fall into that trap, to that hole, and it does get hard, but you don't want to fall into that. So I would really just say, do not isolate yourself from the world. Do not isolate yourself from yourself, because you have to talk to someone, okay? Talk to people, communicate, that's going to make you feel better, I promise. So now we're going to move on to what do you do when you're in these certain situations where it just go completely wrong. The first one is, take baby steps in that moment. Something bad just happened, I mean, of course, if it's like something dramatic, then it's going to be different. But I'm saying, like, take baby steps. Like, meet yourself where you are. Be like, okay, you got to hoosah. Just do that. If you feel like you got to breathe in and out heavily, take those baby steps that you need to get yourself together. Another thing to do is look for the lesson in it. Maybe, like I said, it's a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Look for the lesson in it. Or maybe it's something that happened in school or something that happened at work. Look for the lesson in it. Turn from the lesson, listen to what that lesson is telling you. Like, go back over, like, what did I do wrong? And learn from the lesson. Another thing you can do is spend time with the people who support you. Like, over the past couple months, actually almost a year now, I have been really into my crew movement. I joined crew about almost a year ago. In September it'll be a year, and like, it's crazy how much support that I have. Because I have these friends to talk to. It makes my situation a lot easier to manage and to go through and stuff like that. So I really want to encourage you, don't have any friends, I will find your community and live in that community and connect with that community, because they will help you back. Another thing to do is to take care of yourself. Sometimes things do get a little hard. Sometimes things do get carried away, and sometimes some people just can't handle the pressure of that situation, or the pressure of feeling a certain kind of way. So I would just say take care of yourself. Make sure you are like, if it's gonna affect you dramatically, I would say make sure you still taking your shower. Make sure you still eating your food. Maybe if you feel like you're not gonna do none of those things, have a friend come over and sit with you for a couple nights or a couple weeks or something like that. If it's that serious, really try to really try to keep somebody in your corner. Keep somebody in your corner. Another thing to do is get your body moving. What I like to do is every morning I go to the gym, but I don't just go to the gym because I want to lose weight. Of course I want to lose weight, but there be some mornings where my situation is just so bad. I'm a parent. So raising kids is not easy, and maybe me going to work out is really the stress. And I can go swimming, I can go to the Y. So it's like I like going to the Y to reveal my situation. And I don't know what your situation may be, but find your activity where you can physically move. If you feel like you gotta walk, go walk. If you feel like you got a pain, yeah, that's an action. You're moving, right? You walk into the paint, you getting to go. You walk into the paint tray, to the freaking painting piece of paper. I don't know, but you are moving. You're moving around. So please do that. Another thing you can do is laugh and talk to people. I love laughing and talking to people. Honestly, I don't have to talk to people in order to laugh. I just look up funny videos on YouTube. That's what I do. I watch some of my favorite YouTubers and I just be weak. Like, I just completely forget everything. I don't forget because I know I have to come back to it. But what that laughter does, it replaces the pain, And it's not, yes, it may sound like it's temporary, but don't make it personal. Don't make, if you're gonna choose to be happy and choose to laugh, and if you feel like you need to talk to people to laugh, then do that. But if you're like me, you don't really you need people to talk to in certain situations, then do that. But if you're like me and you're half and half, do both. Why not watch videos and talk to the person at the same time? I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. But make sure, whatever it is, make sure you're still rising and not sinking down, because you don't want to do that. Another thing to do is give yourself a minute to regroup. Something bad just happened. Somebody just smacked your car. Somebody just, and then they just don't care, or they're drunk, and they just hit your car, and they just, you're mad. Get yourself to regroup. Make sure you are knowing the situation, understand the situation. And of course you're gonna take it to heart because it's your car. Somebody just hit the back of your car, so you're gonna take it personal. But instead of just doing that, be like, you know what? Just understand, this person, they may be going through something too. I don't know how. I just feel like I'm a really nice person, but if somebody hit my car, it's I understand that they hit my car, but they're a person just like I'm a person. We're all God's children, no matter what. So I feel like you should just show everybody grace. I don't know. Some people don't deserve grace, but God show us grace and we don't deserve it. So I just feel like everybody deserves maybe just a little bit of grace. If you don't want to give them a whole bunch, just give them a little tiny bit. I would say I don't know how to say it, because you just gotta find in your mind, meditate right there. Just sit there and meditate if you really need to meditate. So it's just people just show people some grace, because we're all human. We all go through things, and this place is temporary. This is not our home. I'm gonna say that for another video. I'm gonna just move on to the next one. Another thing to do is ask for help. When you ask for help, it's you're hurting. So it's don't just sit in your situations and stress over your situations. Really connect to people. And honestly, this right here speaks for itself. Just ask for help. Please just ask for help. And don't let yourself fall. Don't let yourself fall. It's not good. The last thing that you can do, that I think that you can do, is that you can focus on the goal and remind yourself. Like, focus on that goal that you, like, yes, the situation is hard, but what I found out from what helps me is I focus on the goals that I want to accomplish. Yes, somebody cheated on me, but that's not the person you want to be with. So my goal would be is find that one person who I want to marry. That's my goal. Or maybe, I'm trying to think of another situation. Maybe I lost, like, maybe, since I'm a small YouTuber right now, maybe I lost 10 subscribers, right? So that means I will focus on trying to hit that 100 times harder. So that means, you never know, because you might lost 10, but you gain 100. So I would just say that's, just try to do that and focus on the goal. And I actually have a saying. What did I say? I said focus on the road, not the situation, not the negative people, but the goal. I'm not sure that's what I really said, but it was close to it, and I made it up. So, but it's a truth. So, yeah. Guys, I just want to thank you for watching this video. Last week, I had a really hard time getting some stuff together, but I have really been working hard for you guys. So, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. And if you're a father out there, I just want to say you are amazing. And this is the shout out to all the fathers who do be there for their children, or for children who's not even theirs. I do appreciate you guys, and you guys rock. Also, I want to say, don't forget, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you join the JTK family gang. We are one, and, like, honestly, I'm trying to gain more subscribers, and I know I'm a small YouTube channel right now, but I have so much faith in this channel that God's gonna let it happen. It's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. And I'm just grateful to say I'm grateful to have the amount of subscribers that I have. So with all that being said, I just want to say you're kind, you're beautiful, and stay happy. Peace. In a moment, that's when I knew I'm better off right here without you.